I faced my archons. I've defeated the Demiurge. I've defeated the final boss. And now I want to get my shit together. And that's essentially what we are talking about in this last part of this series of the hero's journey, stage 10, 11, and 12, where now we are making that circle back around. We have faced all of our trials and tribulations. We have done the shadow work. And now we come back to T'Challa and Black Panther, where he says, I am not dead. He had talked with his ancestors, talked with his father. He had found what he needed to do, read, had his army and everything, went against Killmonger. That's one of the most beautiful representations I could give to you on this hero's journey right now. You have to now come out like T'Challa. You have to be reborn like Superman. You have to be reborn like Spider-Man. You have to now make that circle back around and get your get back. And a lot of people misunderstand the get back and the triumph of a hero from turning into a villain. And it sounds nice. It sounds good to play the bad guy, because some people feel like you have to turn a cold shoulder against the world. You have to be a shitty person in order for you to get the one up on people. And that's not the case. A lot of people, like how I was talking about in the last video, they have demonized people who are of a higher class, who live a certain lifestyle that they secretly desire. And they have to demonize those people because it's like, I can't live their life. So therefore, they had to do something irresponsible. They had to do something very devious or scheming in order for them to live that type of life. And I know people are going to say that about me in the next few years when I start to live a different type of lifestyle, when I start looking different. My body right now, pretty content with the progress, but in the next 30, 60, 90 days, if I keep at this process or this work, I'm going to look completely different. I'm going to sound different. I'm going to look different. My hair is going to be different. Everything about me is going to be different if I keep on with the movement. Man, that sun is about to be shining right now. I have to keep at the movement. I have to keep going at this pace. And it's not going to take for me to just wait and sit for the right time or the right moment. I have to make the moment now. And so that leads us to the rollback. That's stage 10. We now come to a realization of re-entering back into that world that we left from to begin with. The thing about it is that now, since we are coming back into the world that we once knew, we come out a different person. The results that we start to make become different. The relationships that we start to make with different people is different. And people start to notice you differently. They realize they can't just talk to you any type of way anymore. They can't just put you or schedule you anywhere, any type of way anymore. They realize that they can't step all over you and misuse you. They realize, oh, this is a different person. This is a different animal. I am dealing with a completely different being right now. And that's exactly how you have to walk about your hero's journey. You enter into stage 11, and now you completely go through that resurrection. You fully become a new being. And basically, this is when you have completely cast away your old self. That doesn't mean that you're not going to slip up here and there. All right, we're being realistic. But you completely cast away your old self. You no longer carry that guilt. You realize that the person that you've been waiting on to save you and to heal you has always been yourself. And a lot of people are waiting for a spark. They're waiting for magic to happen. And a big misunderstanding of this manifestation movement, and this is what I was talking about in my enlightenment video, a big misunderstanding that people are getting in this whole enlightenment movement is that they think that saying something 3 times and you start to click your heels and close your eyes, there's no place like home. You're not going to get back there doing that. It takes more than just for you to click your heels and to fantasize or imagine that it's going to happen in a blink of an eye. Yes, continue to visualize, continue to meditate upon what you want every single day and before you go to sleep. Write down your goals on a daily basis or recite your goals every single day and really reanalyze and reassess where you want to be in life every single day. Most people can't do that. And that's pretty fucking sad. Most people can't just sit down and be like, this is where I want to be in life. They can't do that. Why? Because a lot of people have low self-esteem. A lot of people have been programmed to just see themselves as average. As I was talking about in the last video, this man telling me that I just need to be content with just the bare minimum. I don't have the privilege to do that. I don't. It's not that I shouldn't be content with what I have right now. I don't have it in me to. I can't afford that. That's too expensive. You might think it's too expensive to think about wanting more in life. It's too expensive for me not to want more in life. It's too expensive. I can't afford that. You mean to tell me that I'm going to give up the possibility of having millions of dollars? I'm going to give up the possibility of making millions and millions and millions of dollars, of having my face on the front of certain big screens and interviewing all these different people and having hundreds of millions of people know my name. I'm going to give all that up. That's a very expensive offer to just decline and just be like, well, it could have happened, or what if? I can't afford that. You think it's expensive to be in debt because of college or because of school or because of family or because of medical, whatever the case is. No, it's more expensive to give up your dream. It's more expensive to give up your dreams and your goals and what you want to accomplish in life. It's more expensive to tell yourself, I'm never going to find love in life, because don't you want a son? Don't you want a daughter? Don't you want to pass down your generational wealth? Don't you want to pass down your creativity and your charms and your personality? How dare you, being the Godhead of your life? How dare you, being a direct manifestation and a vessel of this universe? How dare you suppress your creativity? How dare you suppress your light to the world? This might just be me. I'm not telling you if you don't want to have children, if you don't want to have a family, that's on you. But to me, I feel like everybody has a responsibility, and they have the essence. They have the literal chance of finding that one person that they can have that happily ever after relationship with. Well, my mama and my daddy, they didn't have it. And well, my uncle, he didn't have it. And well, I know one friend and they didn't have it. Well, I've been looking at stuff on social media. They've been talking about them divorce rates, or I just saw something on Instagram and that man was talking about his wife, or look at DDG got his stuff going on with Holly, and look at Tori. And you are focusing on everything that doesn't have to do with you. You think just because your mother and your father didn't work out that the relationship that you have won't work out? You see how you just literally determine your fate based off of other people's bullshit? Think about that. Just really think about that. Yes, I understand. You have to do the internal work. We've been talking about this whole time with the hero's journey. Get the therapeutic help that you need, get the counseling that you need, reassess your thought process, your emotional process, your mental process, because nobody, especially a woman, wants to deal with a man who is insecure, who is quick to anger, who doesn't know how to communicate his emotions or what he's going through, who immediately leads to conclusions. No woman wants to deal with that. So if you feel like you're not compatible for a relationship, get the help that you need, all the help that you can get, so that you can become the person that you can be for yourself and for that other person. For yourself first, because you will continue to self-sabotage every opportunity and everything that is in front of you just because you don't love yourself. A lot of people proclaim, and we live in this world where it's fashionable to say that you love yourself. It's fashionable to say that you care about yourself, but do you really love every aspect of yourself? I truly believe that if you love yourself, you would do what is good for yourself, even if you don't like it. I remember when I was a kid and my mom, anytime that I was really sick, if I had some really bad respiratory, something going on there, really bad cold, I was wheezing, a lot of mucus up in my system, and I go to the doctor, and this doctor I had, Dr. Ajabi, and I would be crossing my fingers hoping he don't give my mom this white medicine. I'm like, oh my goodness. The moment I would hear about the medicine and my mom talking about, you're going to take the white medicine. This medicine was so fucking disgusting, bro. This medicine was so disgusting that my mom sometimes would have to put the medicine in pudding because I wouldn't take it. This medicine was so disgusting. She had to mix it in with the pudding, whether it's vanilla pudding or chocolate pudding. And I would have to eat the medicine with the pudding just so that it can get in my system because it was just that bad. The medicine was terrible, but it was going to help me. When you work out, you're not going to feel good those first couple of weeks. Matter of fact, the first day that you work out and you really intensify your workout that day, the next day you don't want to go. The next day you felt like I put in as much work as I need to. I need about a good couple of days off. No, you need to put a more couple of days in. That's facts. The same thing applies to your life. You think just because you do 2 to 3 days of work and you don't see no results, oh, I guess it's not for me. What? You put in 2 to 3 days of work. You put in 4 to 5, 6, 7 days of work and you don't see any results. You see little to no results. And you think all of a sudden it's not for you. When people have been putting in the work for 1 to 2, 3 years and they are now making 6, 7 figures, 8 figures a month, not even a year, a month, and you are cutting yourself short. I can attest to this as well. I can confirm this as well for myself. I have been cutting myself short. Instead of being at closely 60,000 followers, I could be at 100,000 right now. If I just really condense on certain content, if I really put in the work, I could be a 7-figure earner, 6-figure earner. In the physical world, it might not seem that way, but I have to really intensify and alchemize and internalize that feeling on an everyday basis, that I have to put in the work like a 6-figure earner. So then life, my body, my mentality, my spirit is all going to get in alignment to what I desire. And it has to happen every single day. It's not always going to be a perfect day, but God damn it, I'd rather put in 70%, 40% of work than put in no work at all. I'd rather put in the work every single day. Mind you, I have this rule to myself where I'm not going to suppress. I'll put it this way. I delay gratification. I delay my pleasures. I delay gratification. I don't play no video games on the weekdays. None of that. I don't play no video games on the weekdays. I literally stay focused on what can I do to advance my content? What can I do to better my marketing strategies? What can I do better to reach out to people and show more of my authentic self? Why do I need to be on the video game for 2 hours when I can watch a 2-hour lecture? Why do I need to be playing video games and building my universe for 2 hours when I can just simply be listening to a podcast and taking notes and critiquing my content for 2 hours? I don't have, like I said, I can't afford to not make this work. I can't afford to not win the race, win the battle, or win the war. I can't afford that. I can't afford to not slay the fucking dragon. And when the last dragon comes, and I'll tell y'all in the future what the last dragon is, the last dragon will not come until I'm well over making 6 figures and I'm in a whole different arena. But when that last dragon comes, you're going to be there with me in the process as well, because the last dragon is going to be terrifying. I already know it's going to be terrifying. And y'all don't know what it is. For those who are my close friends, you know what the last dragon is. But this is all an ongoing process. We are all entering into a hero's journey, and we always enter into these different stages in our life. Some of us are reaping the harvest of our life goals and what we have been putting in work in. Some of us are still stagnant at stage 3 or 4. Some of us are still refusing to call. Every time that we see a video on YouTube, every time that we hear somebody on some type of platform, and it's like they are speaking directly to us, and we hear it, but then we turn off the TV and we go do something else. We don't focus in right then and there. As soon as we hear the message, now we put in the work right then and there. We want to set it off. Oh, that sounds nice. You know what? They're right. I'm going to do it tonight. Oh, that sounds nice. You know what? I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to do it in the next couple of days. And you keep putting off on the things that you need to do in your life. And you keep putting off the things that you desire in life. And the moment that you start to push the needle, you start getting uncomfortable, then you fall back. Why the fuck would you fall back? You are right there, bro. You are right there. Everything is applied. Everything is all on the table. When I say in my videos that you are God and I am God, that's not just to make it sound nice. And that's something that I need to continue internalizing as well, so that I can be the better aspect of myself. Because when I'm God, I'm not going to just allow anybody to just say anything and it moves me a different type of way. I'm not going to allow other people's emotions of how they feel about me move me any type of way. If I talk about my goals and my plans with friends or loved ones or close family members and they don't motivate me or they're not encouraged by the vision, I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm God. I am the generator, operator, and director of my life. I am the infinite intelligence in the body. The divine consciousness that created and animated everything around me in a vessel. Why can't I accomplish anything that I put my mind to? Do you see everything that is around us? We can't even conceptualize how this world came to be. And the same energy that brought everything out into this world is within us. And we are the exact essence of that, the exact source of that. That is powerful. The more that you begin to internalize your identity, the more that you shall be. And the reason why you keep having these habits of falling back and collapsing and all these different things is because of your identity. You don't see yourself as the Christ. You don't see yourself as the Buddha. You don't see yourself as the man or the woman or the god or the goddess or the king or the queen or the priestess or the hero. You don't see yourself as the person who can get that shit done. The moment that you begin to flip the switch, oh shit. And that leads us to our last stage. You return with the elixir. Joseph Campbell talks about this. You get to a point of now you can help other people because now you have found the answer to your problems. You have found the light. You have found the cure that can help everybody who has been poisoned. You have built the bronze serpent where everybody can go and be healed. You get to a point in life to now where you become the truth and the way and the life. You become the light of the world. And it is through this revelation, it is through the tools that you have gotten from different points in your journey that now you become a example. You become a authoritative figure. You become an ambassador to the truth. And now you begin to help other people reassess their life so that they can come to the truth as well. But all it takes is one moment. All it takes is one literal interaction for you to flip the switch. All it takes for you is just an easy 14 to 21 days. And let me give you a little shockwave here. You might not believe me when I tell you this. 21 days is going to pass you whether you like it or not. June 1st is going to be here whether you like it or not. You could feel like time is just passing you by. Well, guess what, Negro? Time is going to pass you whether you like it or not. June 1st is going to hit whether you like it or not. You got about 9-10 days for you to start reassessing your life and to start to build a habitual pattern for yourself. Are you going to make that pattern? If you want to be a content creator, are you going to post 3 times a day on multiple platforms, or are you not about it? You can scroll on TikTok for 2 hours. You can scroll on Instagram for another 2 hours, but you can't focus for 60 minutes on making content. When I tell you I made an 8-second viral video, 8 seconds, I was just in my room. I was literally at my desk, and all I did was just make a frowny face, put a caption on it, put one of my favorite, on there. Over 500,000 views right now. That's all it takes. It's not hard for you to grow a platform. You just don't see yourself there. It's not hard for you to be the man or the woman that you want to be in life. It's not hard for you to get those opportunities. It's not hard for you to move out. It's not hard for you to want to travel the world. You just need to change your lenses. You need to change your perception of life. I'm going to give you another little shockwave. The reason why you keep living this same old life is because you keep having the same old way of life, the same old way of thinking of life. The reason why you keep living this same old regular life, the reason why you keep living this life that you're not really content with is because you're not satisfied with who you are. You have to literally change who you are to change the reality around you. And there are going to be these archons. There's going to be these different forces outside of you that are going to try and press you down. It could be just a little bit of something on social media. It could be something that you overhear on the news. It could be something, just a little whisper of something that your mom or your dad might say, or you might overhear a conversation in the mall or at the grocery store, and it might have you just hyperly focused on negative things in your life, and you cannot allow those things to move you. You have to become different. You have to think different. While everybody is going right, you have to go left. While everybody is going forward, you have to move back. Because I guarantee you, if the same mentality that your mother and your father have was going to make you a millionaire, was going to make you one of the Denzel Washingtons or one of the Angela Bassett's, if that mentality that your mother and your father and your uncle and your auntie had, if that was going to get you anywhere in life, they will already be there. Am I wrong? They would have already been there. You would be one of them celebrity child stars. Goodness fucking gracious. You taking advice from your mom and dad on how to accomplish your dreams. You taking advice from your mom and dad on financial literacy. And you've been living in the same household with them all your life. Think on that. You have to literally find a whole different group of people. One example that I can use is Jesus was talking with an audience of people, and somebody came up to him and was saying, your mother and your brother are looking for you. Your mother, your brother, and your sister are looking for you. And Jesus is like, who is my mother and my brother and my sister? He's like, these my people. I don't know them people. My mother, my brother, and my sister, my kinfolk is here. Sometimes you have to literally change your literal environment and the people that you hang around and your family. Sometimes you got to change your family members, your kinfolk, in order for you to literally make a shift in your life. You got to. Otherwise, you're going to stay the same. You have to really change what you're listening to and what you're digesting on an everyday basis, because a lot of people feel like they consume social media for 4 to 7 hours a day, and you don't even hyper focus on what you're listening to or watching or scrolling through on TikTok or Instagram. There are people right now, and I've been re-emphasizing this, I'm going to keep re-emphasizing. There are people right now who don't want to have kids because they see so much negativity in the world. What the fuck is that going to do? Is that going to just stop harm from entering in your life? You're just going to stay indoors? Is that what you're going to do? You're just going to stay indoors for the rest of your life. You're just not going to travel. You're not going to live the best life the rest of your life. No, I don't want to have no kids. I'm too afraid to find love, because what if I get in this type of relationship and you don't want to take no type of risk. You don't want to do anything. That's your excuse, because there are so much negativity in this world, and all these type of people ain't shit, this and this. So you're just going to continue to let the ain't shit niggas continue to reap in this world. You're going to let them win the battle. You see all these bad kids and all these bad relationships, and you don't want to be the example for another generation, being like, you know what? I'm going to prove to y'all that you can actually find love, and that you don't have to be toxic, and you don't have to really be a shitty race of people. No, you want to give up the race. I'm just going to be by myself. I'm going to be that rich uncle, that rich auntie. Bump these nigga, bump these bitches. That is sad. That is pathetic. That you are willing to give up your life. You don't want to bring more life into the world. You don't want to bring another you into the world. You don't want to bring more light to the world, more love to the world, because now you can set the example through your kids. You can bring more to the world by bringing more into the world. You never thought of it that way, have you? But some people are just content with not having kids in the world. They're content with not finding love in the world because of A, B, and C of what they've been conditioned with, even throughout their life. Make a change in your life. Go through the hero's journey. Stop down spiraling. Stop going back to what you think is familiar. Stop going back to what mama and daddy had to say. Stop allowing yourself to stay content with just being comfortable, with being fucking miserable. Get your shit together. I love you.